The things I want to do. The things I want to do. I've been doing as a habit, eating chocolate, eating crisps, smoking weed. That habit has become an addiction where I don't even think about doing anything else. But I know with the food, I want to look a little bit sexy. I'm going to need to lose a few pounds. But as I get older, I start to turn off the idea of looking sexy because it's just so superficial. Which is a good thing that I feel that way, because spiritually, mentally, we're not supposed to be that way in the world. We're supposed to be not so body conscious. But I've become that. Become a bit body conscious. Watching them pornos, man. Watching them pornos with girls and guys. I don't watch the guys, but you can see them, you know. They look in good shape. They look fit. And just the generation we have now, they're all about looking good. And looking good is something positive. Do you know what I mean? What positive means? Positive is like when you get a new TV, brand new TV, it's going to be gleaming. It's going to be clean and shiny, yeah? That's basically positive. That's what made you buy it. That's what made you want it. Because that's the best it can be. That's positive. And if you're the best you can be, you will feel better, look better, act better, and everything in between. That's positive. So being in shape is good, but doing it for the right reasons is better. But unfortunately, in this day and age, we're just built. We've built ourselves into this type of being that is more concerned about things for the wrong reason. We want to get a woman to have sex, but the main reason you should have a woman is to make you a better person, be your other half, to fulfill the other half of you. But that don't really exist. Women wants a man. Most women are just pelunkers. They want a man for first of all, they got this thing about tall men. What kind of brain, what kind of being thinks there's a benefit just because he's tall? That is just as stupid as the relaxing of the hair. Do you know what I mean? Don't get that. That kind of makes me. I've lost a lot of respect for women as I've got older. I've got to know them more, but I think there's an equal amount of men who are as stupid, but because they're men, we let them off a little bit. We got more in common. They're cooler. The men are cooler, man. You can reason with a man. Do you know what I mean? A woman is not rational. Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. But the majority of them. And the ones who ain't, they're at the back. They're not really getting the respect they deserve. And that's the same with men. I'm not boastful. It's not in my nature to be boastful, but I think God will be pleased with me, with who I am, with what I think. Considering how life is and how people are. Because I have some mean thoughts about people, man. I really put people down in my mind. I never would say it to their face, well, unless I was probably really, 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 really pushed. But you know, I'm like a Buddhist. I follow great people. Like I listen. If I see something on Shaolin Buddhism and they're talking and they touch my mind and they touch my heart, I would take that information and try and play it in life. Now I do martial arts, a martial artist who's a Buddhist would more try not to fight than to fight. To be more compassionate, especially to those who are less compassionate. So therefore, when I was younger, I had this thing in my head to think that I must fight. I must not look like a pussy. I must defend myself, and if someone is staring at me a certain way, acting a certain way, they, if they come into that circle, if they enter that circle, I must be aggressive and attack. Now that's what I taught myself and became that. I became that. I played the part pretty well, very convincing, enough to convince the world not to mess with me. I know that you can just create your own little bark, and the world will say, "Well, he's not worth it." Or you can be like myself now, who's more compassionate about people's feelings, and people will take more liberties. People will knock the door a bit more. People will shout when you're asleep. People will walk in front of you. People will do things that they wouldn't do to another person. Do you know what I mean? But I've just grown compassionate. It bugs me sometimes, a little bit. The old me says, come on, man. That's not what you're supposed to do. But that's the old program. It's the same with the food. Every now and then I feel like a bit of chocolate or some Pringles, which is alright in my eyes because I know God. I ain't killing none of God's creatures to eat. So I don't mind. But it's not positive. Overweightness is a sign of negativity, like a cough. You don't want that cough, but you have it. So what do? You want to get rid of it. Same as the fat. Fat don't help you. Fat does not help you. I'm a bit lost where I am now, but that that means we have to cut it short, I think. Can I remember recall? I know I was talking about women. Because women playing a lot of my life these days, man. I'm going to these chat rooms speaking to women and I'm getting very disappointed. I get very disappointed. But I think that chat room and YouTube and the internet and the social medias, you're kind of letting people into your house you wouldn't let into your house because it's the mass. I'm not into the mass. I'm not into what's popular.